Bonjour, hello, welcome back to our next edition of There Is a Boy in the Girls' Bathroom. I thought I'd stick with the same place as yesterday because it's quite nice over at this side of the living room. And I don't know if you can see behind me some artwork up there, some nice Art Deco drawings of Albert Bridge and Battersea Power Station, which you might know about. It's actually where I was born. When my family all are still, so that's why we've got it up in our living room. So we are at the end of chapter 8. Yesterday you answered a few retrieval questions, and you're going to be doing the same today for chapter 9. And like I did yesterday, I will recap those and talk you through them at the end just in case. But like always, they will be on our daily timetable. Tomorrow will be our last daily timetable, or I'm saying tomorrow because I'm filming it today, but Friday the 3rd of April will be your last daily timetable for the next 2 weeks. But as I said, we are hoping to just put a few nice fun ideas together for you to do over the Easter holidays if you do have a little bit of spare time. And I'm also thinking about just carrying on, just reading a chapter a day, and no kind of comprehension questions or work to go alongside it apart from just reading. So hopefully that's okay with you guys. A little 10-15 minutes a day just to have a little listen and keep up with what's going on in our book. So I hope that sounds okay. We're on chapter 9 today, page 36 for anybody who is following it as I'm reading as well. So let's go. Bradley Chalkers, what are you doing out of class? It was a teacher. Bradley didn't know her, but it seemed as though every teacher in the school knew him. I got a hall pass, he told her. Let me see it. He showed it to her. Mrs. Ebble gave it to me. Go and ask her if you don't believe me. Where are you going? Library, he said, to get a book. Okay, but make sure you go straight to the library. No detours, Bradley. He'd lied. He wasn't even going to the library, and he wasn't even allowed to check out books. The door in the counsellor's office was open, so he walked right in. I'm here, he announced. What do you want? Carla smiled warmly at him. Hello, Bradley, she said. I'm Carla Davis. It's a pleasure to see you today. She held out her hand. I've been looking forward to meeting you. He was amazed by how young and pretty she was. He had been expecting an ugly old hag. She had sky blue eyes and soft blonde hair. She wore a white shirt covered with different coloured squiggly lines and some kid had scribbled on it. But as he stared at the shirt, he realised that it was made to look that way on purpose. Aren't you going to shake my hand? She asked. No, you're too ugly. He walked past her and sat down at the round table. She sat across from him. I appreciate you coming to see me, she said. I had to come. Mrs. Ebble made me. For whatever reason, I'm glad you came. I meant to go to the library, he explained. I came here by accident. Oh, I don't believe in accidents, said Carla. You don't believe in accidents? That was the craziest thing I ever heard. She shook her head. What about when you spill your milk? Do you like milk? Said Carla. No, I hate it. So maybe you do spill it on purpose, she said. You just think about an accident, she smiled. She stared angrily down at the table. He felt like he'd been tricked. I don't like milk, he said. I drink coffee. He glanced around the room. It was full of all kinds of interesting-looking objects. This place a mess, he said. I know, Carla admitted. I like messy rooms. Clean rooms are boring and depressing. They remind me of hospitals. Don't you get in trouble? Why should I? He didn't know the answer to that, but he knew that if it were his room and it were this messy, he would get in trouble. I didn't do anything wrong, he declared. Nobody said you did. Well then, how come I have to be here? I was hoping that you'd like it here, said Carla. I was hoping that we could be friends. Do you think we can? No. Why not? Because I don't like you. I like you, said Carla. I can like you, can't I? You don't have to like me. He squirmed in his seat. I was also hoping you'd be able to teach me things, said Carla. You're the teacher, not me. So, that doesn't matter. A teacher can often learn a lot more from a student than a student can learn from a teacher. I think that's very true too. I've taught Mrs. Ebble a lot, Bradley agreed. Today I taught her geography. What do you want to teach me? Carla asked. What do you want to know? You tell me, said Carla. What's the most important thing that you can teach me? Bradley tried to think of something he knew. The elephant's the biggest animal in the world, he said, but it's afraid of mice. I wonder why that is, said Carla. Because, said Bradley, if a mouse ran up an elephant's trunk, it would get stuck and then the elephant wouldn't be able to breathe and so it would die. That's how most elephants die. I see, said Carla. Thank you for sharing that with me. You're a very good teacher. He suddenly felt like he'd been tricked again. He didn't want to share anything with her. He hated her. What else do you want to teach me? She asked. Nothing, he said coldly. You're not supposed to talk in school. Why not? It's a rule, like no sticking gum in the water fountains. Well, in this room there are no rules, said Carla. In here, everyone thinks for themselves. No one tells you what to do. You mean I can stick gum in the water fountain? You could, except I don't have a water fountain. Can I break something? He asked. Certainly. He looked around for something to break, then caught himself in time. It was another trick. He'd break something and then get in trouble, and nobody would believe him when he said that she had said there were no rules. I'm not in the mood, he said. All right, but if you ever are in the mood, there are a lot of things you can break. Things I like very much, and things that other children use. I will, he assured her. I know karate. He raised his hands sideways over the table. I could break this table in half with my bare hand. I'd hate to see you hurt your hand. Nothing ever hurts me, he told her. I've broken every table in my house, he declared. The chairs, too. Call my mother if you don't believe me. I believe you, said Carla. Why shouldn't I? You should. She did, too. For the rest of the meeting, no matter what he told her, she believed him. When he told her that his parents only fed him dog food, she asked how it tasted. Delicious, he said. Meaty and sweet. I've always wanted to try it, said Carla. When he told her that the president had called him on the phone last night, she asked what they talked about. Hats, he answered right away. Hats? What did you say about hats? I asked him why he didn't wear a hat like Abraham Lincoln. And what did he say? Bradley thought a moment. Can't tell you. It's top secret. Near the end of the session, Carla gave him a piece of construction paper and asked him if he wanted to draw a picture. He chose a black crayon from the big box of crayons and stayed with it the whole time. He scribbled wildly all over the paper. Carla leaned over to look at it. That's very nice, she said. It's a picture of a nighttime, he told her. Oh, I thought it was a picture of the floor of a barber shop after someone with black curly hair got his hair cut. That's what it is, Bradley declared. That's what I meant. It's very good, said Carla. May I have it? What for? I'd like to hang it up on my wall. He looked at her in amazement. You mean here? Yes. No, it's mine. I was hoping you'd share it with me, said Carla. It costs $1. It's worth it, said Carla, but I only want it if you're willing to share it. No, he said. Okay. Well, if you ever change your mind, I still want it. You can make me give it to you, he suggested. No, I can't. Sure you can. Teachers make kids do things all the time. Carla shook her head. It was time for him to return to class. I've enjoyed your visit very much, said Carla. Thank you for sharing so much with me. She held out her hand. He backed away from it, as if it were some kind of poisonous snake. Then he turned and hurried out into the hall. When he got to Mrs. Evil's class, he crumpled his picture into a ball and dropped it into the waste paper basket next to her desk. And that is the end of chapter 9. He's a funny thing, isn't he, Bradley? You kind of feel as though you're getting to know him a little bit, and then he pulls back. It's almost like he doesn't really want to trust anybody at the moment. So yes, that is the end of chapter 9. Let's have a little read through the questions we've got ready for you today. So question number 1, Bradley lies to a teacher at the beginning of chapter 9. Where does he tell the teacher he is going? So when that teacher right at the beginning of that chapter finds him in the corridor. Question number 2, choose 2 ways in which Bradley describes Carla's appearance. Question number 3, what are the 2 school rules that Bradley tells Carla? Question number 4, it's a picture of nighttime, he told her. Oh, I thought it was a picture of the floor of a barber shop after somebody with black curly hair got their hair cut. That's what it is, Bradley declared. That's what I meant. Why do you think Bradley changed his mind about what his drawing was of? So that one's asking Elizabeth for your own opinion on that. And question number 5 is, how does Bradley describe Carla's hand as they say goodbye at the end of the chapter? Okay, so I'll pop those on the daily timetable for Friday, the 3rd of April. And hopefully, once I've checked that it's okay, I will just be doing a chapter a day over the Easter holidays. It's quite nice. I'm quite enjoying it. And I feel as though 2 weeks, we're going to forget what's happened at the beginning of the book, aren't we? So hopefully that is okay for me to do that. I feel like I'm becoming a bit of a blogger now, so I might say like, share and subscribe down here or something like that, but maybe I'm not cool enough for it, so I probably better go now. But yes, hope you enjoy. Sending you all lots of positivity, lots of smiles, lots of happiness, and I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.